turn that down because it looks like we're getting some feedback there. Patty, over to you.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. And thank you. Thank you so much, Marty, for that. Yeah, sometimes, we have a little technical challenges, and that's okay. We are going to say again, hello, and welcome to all. We're going to go in PTR order, which is the order I see here. And Charlene is just came up, so we're going to make you a moderator. There you go. And since I have 2 accounts here, I'll make myself a moderator since I'm coming in on Club Deck, so we could do this simultaneously. Again, thank you. Carolina, where are you coming in from? And say hello to the world on this beautiful day, and then we'll go ahead and pass it over on Google Meets when we're complete here. Carolina, over to you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. In Santiago, Chile, the other side of the world. I'm so happy because spring is coming, so we have a better weather right now. And yes, a big hug to all of you.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to see your face, and you had a great story, and I'm excited to do work together. Marty, would you like to let us know where you're coming in from and give a little introduction?
Yeah, this is Marty the Party and the Shopping Party. I am down here in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's in the Queen City in the United States. And we are headed into fall. So the opposite side of Carolina, on the upper half of the earth, everything is the opposite. So it's the fall here, but for Carolina, it's the spring. So thank you so much.
Great. And thank you. And now I see Charlene, who just presented at our last meeting on October 8th. She's doing amazing work as well. Charlene, where are you coming in from? And give us an introduction. And that's for Charlene. I know the mic has been giving a lot of people the problem, by the way. The mic seems to be like a floating mic these days. Charlene, tap your mic if you could chime in and let us know where you're coming in from. Otherwise, we'll pass it over. And oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I had it on mute. Charlene Dokebauer from Canada, and I specialize in the online safety of children. I have a charity, and I'm involved in many community things. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome, and you're amazing. So congratulations on all your great work. And I saw you just had an event. Morris, welcome, and thank you for joining our public meeting. Where are you coming in from?
I'm Morris, the connector from London, England, joining you, kings and queens from London,
That's great. Oh, that's great. Wonderful to have you here. Ebba's on the phone. It looks like Sade. She'll be. Oh, there you go. There you go. Ebba, welcome to the Rotary Club of Global Impact meeting. I'm so happy. This is a good friend, so I'm a little extra excited. This is a good friend. Let us know where you're coming in from, even though I know where. And thank you for joining us. Hope you could stay.
Yes. So I hail from Austin, Texas. And I am a medical professional, an artist, and a lover of people.
Oh, that's awesome. And this is true. Thank you, Ebba. Great to see you here in our club. It is a public meeting, and we are having a presentation by Janita, Burke, doing great stuff. Shankar, this is our club secretary. Why you're not a moderator? There you go. And Shankar, where are you coming in from? And give it a little introduction.
Thank you, Patty. It's nice to see everybody. I'm from Ahmedabad, and I'm the secretary at the RCOGI. And welcome, and looking forward to the topic today. Is very close to my heart. And I truly believe that all of us together can really make a difference for the children of the world. And I'm looking forward to so much the music also, that is something in addition. Thank you once again. Excited to listen to it and see what difference we can all create ongoingly. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Marty.
Beautiful. And we have our Bella is one of our newest members and a chairperson for the education committee. So we're very excited to have Bella here. Bella, where are you coming in from? And before we get started, we're just saying hello to everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you, Patty. This is Bella. Shalom. I like to say shalom, bringing peace, nothing missing, nothing broken. Coming to you live, not Memorex, from Atlanta, Georgia. Woo! Let's go, Patty. Back to you.
That's great. That's great. That's great. And again, we have the psalmist here. We have Stephen here. Thank you. And now we're going to go over to our Google Meets, and we have a nice. Well, hold on. Let me just do one little thing here. Okay. Yeah, we got our Google Meets, and we have our presenter. So we're gonna wait for that one because she's amazing. We have Aaron. Where are you coming in from, Aaron? And say hello to everybody.
Maryland.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you, Aaron. We got Istiak. Istiak, you want to welcome everybody, and where are you coming in from?
Hey everybody, Istiak here. I'm joining in all the way from Bangladesh, and looking forward to an insightful talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we have a couple of guests here as well. We have Quanta Dawnlight, who is our district peace and committee for our club as well. Just amazing work. Quanta, where are you coming in from? I think we have an extra mic open. Quanta?
I saw she was having a little bit of a problem getting in.
Okay.
But I sent her an updated link, and yeah, she made it in, but it does, let me see. No, she's talking. Okay. I don't hear her. There she is.
Quanta?
Quanta, turn up microphone volume.
Can you hear me now?
Yay!
Oh, wait a minute. I can hear a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Marty, I really do appreciate you helping me. There is a back, I have an echo coming back. I don't know if it's other people's mics or not. I appreciate you helping me with the link, because the link that Patty sent did not work. That's the reason why I wasn't able to come in. And thank you very much for your help. And I did call Patty, but she said she was busy and she couldn't help me, and I understand. Thank you very much, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, I apologize. No, you called while the meeting started, and I was letting you know we're in the meeting. We're in the meeting. I'm not sure what happened. I believe there was I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll double check that. But did anybody else have a problem with the link? Was that from the email link? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, Quanta. But I'm sorry about that.
There was a great extra long link on when Shanker's email came out. It added a tremendous long link that was insane for the Google Meet. And usually it's very short. So that's what confused a few people. But I just was putting it out again all over WhatsApp right now.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And without further ado, we have the one and only Janita Burke coming in from beautiful Bermuda. And Janita is going to be talking about all the great works that she's doing and discoveries, and I'll let you get into it. So Janita, again, let us know where you're coming in from, and even though I just spilled the beans, and again, over to you, and thank you for joining us as in our club, being the chairperson for the Africa Chair. And I'm really excited about all the work that you are planning to do and started to do. So over to you.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam President, board members, fellow Rotarians, and guests. My name is Janita Burke, and I hail from the beautiful and beautiful island of Bermuda. And today marks exactly 3 months since I joined this incredible Rotary Club of Global Impact, as well as the phenomenal organization that is Rotary International. And as a singer, songwriter, and founder of my own production company, Kairos 22 Productions, I've recently begun to truly understand the immense power of music. Although I've long appreciated its influence, my experience over the last 4 years have illuminated how transformative it can be in my work, both in connecting with people and creating lasting change. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share under the theme of lending a helping hand. Now, I've always believed that while we can accomplish great things on our own, we can achieve even greater things when we come together. And this club is the perfect platform for that. While there's no way to cover all of my long-standing and current purpose-driven projects and still give us time to hear from Sharjay Lee, whose song Dysphoria inspired me to deepen my focus on mental health. In the short time we have together, I hope to spark your imagination, inspire your passion, and show you how we can work together to make even greater impact. One of the greatest joys of my life has been witnessing the transformation of lives at His Majesty's home and school in Krobo Anamase, Ghana. In 2010, I felt a strong calling to go to Ghana. I didn't know anyone there or have a specific plan, but I trusted that I was meant to help. Around that same time, my pastors introduced me to Reverend Alberta Smith, a remarkable woman who left her life in the UK to return home to Ghana and serve a community that she wasn't familiar with. She was a missionary in her own country. It felt like divine timing. They asked me to help raise funds for computers for her school, which I did. And in July 2010, I made my first trip to Ghana. What I found there was life-changing. I spent nearly 2 weeks teaching English and dance to teenagers at the vocational school she started, talked to them about life issues, and helped wherever needed. I was struck by their kindness and gratitude, despite the fact that they had so little. It opened my eyes to both their immense potential and the tremendous needs they faced. When I returned home, I knew I couldn't leave it at just one visit. I had to do more. At the time, the school was operating out of an unfinished building with no bathroom. Imagine being a teenage girl in a school having to use the bush as a bathroom during your period. It just wasn't right. That was my first project, raising money to install plumbing and proper toilets. It wasn't a grand gesture, but it made a real difference. In 2011, Reverend Smith expanded her mission, moving to Krobo Anamase to focus on younger children. She started a school with 8 students and almost simultaneously opened her home to children who were homeless or neglected. Fast forward to today, and that school now serves over 300 children, with 30 children living in the home. The scale of growth is remarkable, but so are the challenges. In 2013, I faced one of the most heart-wrenching moments of this journey. One of the children at the home fell ill late at night, and there was no way to get him to the hospital. Taxis stopped running in the town at a certain hour, and calls to neighbors and friends with vehicles yielded nothing. The directors at the home did not have a vehicle and had to watch their son die. It was a devastating reminder of the barriers these children face. This tragedy sparked immediate action from my church family and community, and we raised the funds to buy a vehicle for the home. Now, if a child falls ill, they will never have to wait for help. In recent years, I focused on more practical needs, building more toilets, providing computers, internet access, creating a library. Progress has been made, but the needs are still overwhelming. When I visited in 2023, the directors asked for help in providing vitamins to boost the children's immune system. A simple request, but one of the highlights, the one that highlights the everyday challenges they face in maintaining the health and well-being of the children. I'm pleased to say that just this week, I received confirmation from a contact in Ghana that we have a supplier that will assist with the provision of vitamins. Through all of these experiences, I've come to rely on a guiding framework, what I call the A's to C's of assistance. This approach has shaped the way I help and how the organization continues to thrive. The first A, awareness. Everything begins with awareness. My first trip to Ghana in 2010 made me fully aware of the needs of the community. It wasn't just hearing about it from others, I saw it firsthand. Awareness is crucial because it moves us from ignorance or indifference to understanding. For others, it may come through hearing stories, seeing images, or watching a news report, but it's the first step in creating change. A2, acceptance. Once we're aware of a need, the next step is accepting that we have a role to play. For me, the acceptance came from knowing I had the ability to help, even if it wasn't solving every problem. Acceptance isn't just for those who give, it's also for those who receive. Reverend Smith accepted that she needed support to grow her mission, and the children accepted help with grace and gratitude. Action. Awareness and acceptance are important, but without action, nothing changes. I had to take tangible steps, whether it was installing toilets, raising funds for a vehicle, gathering resources for the school. Action transforms intention into impact. And sometimes the smallest actions make the biggest difference. Real change happens when we provide access to the resources that people need. This could be funds, education, healthcare, emotional support. When the home received a vehicle after the tragic loss of the child, it gave them access to emergency care, something that could save lives in the future. On the other side, I needed access to a network of supporters to make these projects happen. It's about creating bridges between those who can help and those who need it. When these four elements come together, they create change, the kind of lasting transformation we all hope for. Permit me to share some stories of change. One example of this framework in action came earlier this year, last year, after a TV interview where I shared about the work at His Majesty's Happy Home. I received a call from a couple who had seen the segment. Moved by the story, they didn't just express an interest. They donated $5,000 to the cause. That's the power of storytelling, of raising awareness, of accessing a broader audience of potential supporters, of people accepting that they could and should do something, however big or small, and then taking action. The funds were right on time and met a pressing need of the home, transformative change. Another remarkable story unfolded in March of 2023. A friend of mine mentioned she had always wanted to visit Ghana, and when I told her about my visit, she expressed interest in volunteering. Within days, she had committed to an 8-week stay, and in less than 6 weeks, we were on a plane to Ghana. She helped the school with administrative tasks, streamlined processes, and helped to improve efficiency. Her time there made a difference, and she left changed by the experience herself. That's the ripple effect of giving. One of the most inspiring examples of change happened recently. On May 1st, 2023, after sharing His Majesty's story with a friend and all of the miracles that we had experienced on that trip, taking my friend to Ghana to help, this friend who was passionate about education asked, "What are the school fees like? How many children are there?" After hearing the answer, he pledged to pay the school fees for every child in 2024. We didn't speak again about that pledge of commitment, but on the 1st of January, 2024, without prompting, he reached out and asked for my account details to make good on his promise. On the 2nd of January, 2024, the first business day, he fulfilled it. It was an amazing act of generosity, and it reminded me how awareness, acceptance, action, and access work together to create life-changing moments. Moving forward, there's still much more to be done. 5 of the orphans are now of university age and enrolled, but they need financial support to continue their education. So these are new problems because the kids have grown. Another group of children are preparing for high school, some of whom will need to board away from the orphanage. This too requires funding. On top of that, the school building itself is no longer fit for purpose and in need of urgent renovations. With 300 students and growing, the current infrastructure is inadequate to house everyone, and local authorities are demanding upgrades for the school to remain open. Construction has already begun on a new building, and some classrooms have been partially completed and are being used. However, we need at least $60,000 to complete the building and outfit the classrooms. As Africa Services Chair in this esteemed club, I'm committed to mobilizing our resources, both here and in partnership with a sister club in Ghana, so that we can access support from Rotary International and other networks to help educate the children in Krobo Anamase. There are other worthy projects in other parts of Africa that our members are connected to, and I pledge to work with members to provide the needed support. There's no limit to what we can accomplish when we act together. The A's to C's of assistance framework is not just an abstract concept. It's a model for real change. It's what took a small school of 8 children and helped it grow into a lifeline for 300 children and their families. It's what transformed lives, mine included, and continues to guide my work as we look to the future. As we move forward, I invite all of you who are listening here today, listening to the replays, to be a part of this journey. Awareness, acceptance, action, access. These are the steps we can all take. And when we do, we create lasting change. As I reflect on the work with His Majesty's Happy Home and School, one of the most surprising and fulfilling experiences happened during my 2022 trip to Ghana. I was asked to direct a choir, a task I had never done before. I told them I'm a songwriter, not a choir director, and a new songwriter at that. But as with most challenges, I took it on. I shared a song I had written earlier that year called Jesus is the Champion with the children. And to my surprise, they absolutely loved it. Watching them come alive through that music was something special. We performed the song along with others, and the response was overwhelming. The energy, joy, and confidence in their faces was contagious. The joy extended to the entire community. This past August, when the children and adults were featured in a community gospel concert in Krobo, it was a moment of pride, not just for the performers, but for everyone involved. One of the most exciting developments came when the children created a dance to Jesus is the Champion. And I had them featured in the official music video, which went live on August 22nd, 2022. We were on our bus on the way to an excursion, and I pulled out my iPad, my laptop, and I played the video, which went live. My gracious, you should have heard the joy, the laughter. I swear we played it about 10 times. But imagine the pride that they felt being part of an international music video that's now available on YouTube for the world to see. Music has been more than just an activity for them. It's instilled hope. It's unified the community and brought them the kind of social emotional benefits that only singing and performing can provide. Music is powerful. It breaks barriers and builds bridges, and has been a profound tool in my work, bringing joy and healing both to the children and the broader community. A new chapter of helping. As I continue my work in Ghana, my focus is expanding to new areas of impact. In 2022, after founding my production company, I met Sade Lee, an 18-year-old singer who introduced me to her powerful song, Dysphoria. I immediately recognized its potential to resonate with others facing similar struggles. Not only did I want her in our live music show, but I believed her story could inspire many to seek help. During that show, Sade performed Dysphoria alongside my song You Matter, which I wrote for a friend battling depression. The performances struck a chord with our audience, showcasing the transformative power of music. This year, I approached the head of our mental health institution to discuss integrating music into year-long campaigns addressing the mental health crisis. Although we haven't launched that initiative yet, we featured Dysphoria and my song Somebody Help Me at a recent mental health awareness fair this month. Interestingly, the vocalist that was suggested and that I chose to sing Somebody Help Me was homeless. In my brief time with him during and surrounding rehearsals, I gained insight into the challenges faced by those struggling with homelessness and realized I had to take action. I've been raising awareness in my circles and was recently instructed by the host of 2 dinners I attended to package the leftover food for the homeless, which I did and which they received with gratitude. Others have pledged to follow suit. This experience echoes another significant moment in my life. In January 2020, I helped a homeless senior secure an apartment just before COVID shut everything down. With the assistance of my community, we furnished his new home, provided him with a fresh start and a safe environment. Time does not permit me to share the love and humanitarian efforts that were employed in helping this homeless senior, people who opened their homes to him without knowledge, allowing him to stay while I worked on a permanent solution. 4 years later, I'm still looking out for him, and I often reflect on how that intervention may have saved his life. These 2 experiences, helping the senior and working with the homeless vocalist, illustrate a profound truth. Awareness leads to action, and action can transform lives. Each person's story is interconnected, reminding us that behind every statistic or struggle is a human being deserving of compassion and support. Now, I want to share another urgent story. I'm working with a mother and her daughter, B. Francis, who is neurodivergent. And although there are some facilities, and neurodivergent means that their brain processes information differently to the typical brain. And although there are some facilities in our country for children like B. Francis, they are woefully inadequate, leaving her to face isolation, confusion, and fear. And after receiving the following diagnosis, which is not exhaustive: ADHD, specific learning disorder with impairment in math and reading, autism spectrum disorder, adjustment disorder, social anxiety disorder, her mother made the difficult decision to send her to a specialized boarding school in the US. Within just 1 month of being in the right environment, B. Francis began to thrive. She was laughing, making friends, and even shopping independently, things that had not happened in the last 6 years of her life. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous. However, the joy of this progress is clouded by the immense financial burden. The school's annual tuition is a staggering $110,000. And though B. Francis received a partial scholarship, her mother is struggling to secure the remaining funds for the next academic years. This sadly is not an isolated case. Many families are in the same situation, fighting for their children's future without adequate support systems. I'm deeply committed to finding resources for families like theirs. Sharing this story has already opened potential avenues for assistance, and I'm actively exploring how Rotary International, local agencies, our government, and generous individuals can come together to support B. Francis and others in similar situations. Together, we can make a difference. As I come to the close of my remarks, I want to express my gratitude for the opportunity to share these stories with you. Stories that reflect the heart of what we stand for as Rotarians. Whether it's uplifting the children of His Majesty's Home and School in Ghana, supporting a mother and daughter like B. Francis as they navigate the challenges of autism, or using the power of music to heal. The common thread is the transformative impact we can have when we unite for a cause. At the core of every effort, every initiative, and every life touched is the idea that awareness leads to action, and together we can make the impossible possible. That's my hope, that the stories I've shared today spark in you the desire to lend a helping hand in your own way.
Mhm.
Now I invite singer, songwriter, musician, and producer Sade Lee to take the mic. Before our show in 2022, I felt inspired to add a hopeful resolution to Sade's song Dysphoria, and Sade graciously agreed. Today, I'm thrilled to share that she has overcome severe anxiety and traveled to the UK to pursue a degree in music production, a major milestone on her journey of healing and growth. Sade is back on her feet, leaving dysphoria behind as she embarks on this exciting new chapter. However, just like so many of the stories I've shared today, she needs support to continue her journey. In addition to helping her share her incredible talent with the world and this song, Dysphoria, I hope that we can come together to assist in funding her education. Will you join me in this effort? And will you welcome to the stage Sade Lee, who will sing Dysphoria. Thank you.
Welcome, Sade. And where are you coming in from? You did a little switcheroony on us. You were on Clubhouse and Google Meets. Anybody wants to come see her live, you could jump on from the Google Meets we shared here in the Clubhouse chat. Over to you, Sade. Thank you, Janita.
Thank you for having me. As Janita said, I wrote this song 2 years ago. It was just as I was graduating from Cedar Bridge. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to pursue music, and I'm glad that I finally get the chance to do it and follow my dreams despite everything that's going on in my brain. So how I explain it. Dysphoria, I didn't really know what it meant. I know everybody knows the word euphoria. I looked online and it said, what is the opposite of euphoria? It's dysphoria. And it's just a feeling of uneasement, unhappiness. And, I obviously, everybody in the world feels that way in their own way. And I hoped that everyone who heard this song when I first released it, could feel and be able to take from it what they could, and I'm glad that they have. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it works because we did try it earlier, and hopefully everything that went wrong goes right. Yeah, sorry. As cold as ice, I wish there was something in my life that I could feel, a genuine, authentic happiness. I'm tired of faking a smile. I wonder, where is she? The girl I used to be, with her so-called genuine, authentic happiness. I haven't seen her in a while, and I can't seem to find a reason to reason. I can't seem to find something to believe in. Does anyone know how to deal with the feeling of dysphoria? Dysphoria, try to hold my breath. The last bit of control I have left. Why is this pain soothing, relaxing, and moving? The pain that I feel I deserve. It's hard to fall asleep when this hurt is razor deep. I love how this pain is soothing, relaxing, and moving. It proves that actions speak louder than words. Why can't I seem to find a reason to reason? Why can't I seem to find something to believe in? Does anyone know how to deal with the feeling of dysphoria? Dysphoria, can't seem to feel like I have a purpose. I just have to face that life isn't perfect. Does anyone know how to deal with the feeling of dysphoria? Dysphoria. 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 I can't seem to feel like I have a purpose. I just have to face that life isn't perfect. Does anyone know how to deal with the feeling of dysphoria? Dysphoria, I'm getting back on my feet, and can slowly come out of this space. I can feel it, and I'm pressing forward, not looking behind me. Dysphoria, dysphoria. Thank you.
You sang your heart out, and I just want to share, Janita, before I hand it over back to you. That was just amazing. We were not able to hear the actual music, so it really showed how what an amazing artist you are, that your vocals were right on point, even without us hearing the music. So congratulations. And Janita, I'm going to pass it back to you. And if you'd like to take some questions, we I think have a little bit of time as well.
Certainly, just really want to thank Sade for singing that song. And it certainly, it resonated deeply. And it was something certainly coming out of COVID that the audience, when the song was sung, and we took some time to just pause and allow people to really take in the words of the song. And people were moved. People had that sense of just of overwhelm and dissatisfaction with life. And dysphoria is associated with feelings of depression, deep depression, and anxiety. It's a severe state. And we were unsure if Sade would even be able to, one or more of the night she had an anxiety, attack. These are real things that people deal with, but Sade, pressed forward, and I'm so proud of her and excited that she has taken this step to go to university. She is a phenomenal musician, singer, songwriter, producer. She picks up an instrument, and in 10 seconds she can play it. She's self-taught. And so she will be refining her skills, and I know doing amazing things with her music. And it's a song that I would like to be, to be played and attached to mental health awareness campaigns. And so, I am committed to helping, her voice and her music go forth and be a healing to others. So yes, I'm pleased if anyone has any questions about the work that I have been engaged in, how they can help, or how we can partner. They may be doing something in their part of the world that I can glean from. It's one of the things that I'm really recognizing, the power of a conversation. When you share things with people, it's amazing. It's amazing because it's that part of awareness, right? And so a conversation is making people aware of the things that you're passionate about, the things that you're working on. And real life example, a friend of mine just went to a conference, and she sat next to a lady from Ghana, who is the vice chancellor of one of the universities at Ghana. And she says, oh, one of my sisters in my farm is our president. Actually, she's from Bermuda, and she goes to Ghana frequently. And she says, oh, I'd love to connect with her. And so I've made a connection. And I've just shared with you that we have 5 students from the orphanage who are going to university, and that funding is a challenge. But I've just made a contact now with a vice chancellor at one of the universities. So, this is the part about awareness and people accepting that, they may have a part and how connect. So it's exciting. It's exciting. So does anyone have any questions?
Janita, this is Jeannie Rousseau, and I'm going to hop in just real quickly to share just a few things. First of all, thank you. Gratitude of the heart for bringing this awareness to us here at Rotary International. You have so many stories within the story. It is just phenomenal, and I thank you. I thank on behalf of all of us for sharing and bringing this awareness. Truly, gratitude of the heart. And to highlight Shardea, my goodness, the courage, the passion that she has in her voice. And we thank you, Shardea, for sharing your talent, first of all, having the courage and the understanding that, in my mind, you are the voice of the children, the voice of those with the need to be heard, the need for the mental health and wellness to elevate their challenge. And it is truly through music. Music is the universal language, but I believe anything is possible, and you are making a difference. You both are. And so truly, I'll definitely open up for questions and to have you share how we could help, because one of the things that I was thinking of is, and perhaps if you said this and I didn't catch it, my apologies, but is there like an adopt a child type of a concept where people would have a name and a face to the child that they're supporting? Would that be perhaps part of the conversation, or is that already?
So it's an interesting question. And when I first started as head of missions at the church, I did employ that system. The challenge is that every child is in need, and so it's difficult when we only have sponsors for some of the kids. And the director is saying that I will not give to, to 2 children and there are 10 who are in need. I will have to use the resources to service the community. And I totally understand that, having been there myself. And so that's one of the challenges. And I know that people like that, and it gives you a name and a face. I think that what we can do, that is something that can be done with the university children, and we can get people to sponsor, because there are 5 kids that are at university and there are 5 kids that are at going to high school that will be boarding, and that makes that a little bit easier. But when it comes to all of the kids, and only you have a sponsor for everyone, but only 10 of the sponsors show up with a gift for it, it's very difficult to manage. I'm sure you can understand that. And so we'll have to, it's not impossible, and I'm not unwilling to revisit it, but those are the challenges.
No, very, very good insight, especially because you have the experience. Until you have looked at the process and looked at the results, you can speak to it very clearly, and I could see how that would be the challenge. And yes, we don't want, nobody left behind. We don't want to leave any child left behind, and they are the future and the generations to come. So what we do for the child of today, it will go forward, hopefully passed on forward, and to make this a better world, and just to promote the legacy of what is happening. So is there other questions, or are there other questions?
I thought, yeah, it would be a good idea to put our mouth where money should be, because people like to talk a lot, but if you ask them, I've been watching for almost 4 years now, hundreds of projects we've funded, and 170 different projects that we have funded with 132 members. There's only, I think, 4 humans that have put $5 or $25 into these women, into these projects, into these bathrooms, into these people. And really what I notice a lot on Earth is the humans like to talk a lot, but if you ask them for $5, they have 60,000 stories as to how it's going to financially break them. Or I need to speak with my financial services manager, and I'm probably going to have to go down to Hilton Head Island, and I'll bring my attorney down for the weekend, my CPA, and my financial advisor. I'll have like a miniature meeting. And you'll tell a hedge fund owner like that, like, look, we're only talking about $5. And then they laugh and spasm with laughter and say, you're like a joke. What would I want to do an investment for $5 or $25 for Marty? This is a joke. And then I tell them, but the reason you contacted me was because we retired our $2 billion club. We've been doing this now for almost 20 years, and we reached the $2 billion mark. And then they saw that I joined the $3 billion club now, the road to 3 billion. And Patty's a member of that. Ritu's a member of that, who puts money into that. And I shared some information today, but I'd like to see this club get up and get down, and for people to stand up and get their wallet out of their back pocket or their pocketbook off the table and see this club put some cash into this. How do we donate? And is there a PayPal, or are you going to come on Kiva, or is there a GoFundMe? How do we do that with our money?
Thank you, Marty. And so I'm working on making it more efficient for people to give, and I've had some talks with President Patty, and so I'm going to be looking to see how we can do that through Rotary. I have talked about a GoFundMe, and some people are still a bit skeptical about donating through that medium. And so I'm looking for the best way, the most efficient way. Certainly persons that know me have sent money to me, and certainly I can give the bank account directly of the school in Ghana so that persons can give directly. What I try to do is, because people may be giving, small or large amounts of money, when it's a small amount of money, the bank has charges. And so if, to avoid, the bank taking all of the money, people have sent the money to me, and then I send it all in sort of one lump sum to avoid sort of $15 bank charges and a currency conversion as well. So I'm looking at making the process more streamlined. I'm looking to see how our club can assist with the receipt and transference of finances in a more efficient manner. And yes, that would be a Kiva loan.
We would love to see you legitimized by Kiva, because we've done in Ghana right now over 20 million, just recently, and close to 110,000 projects that have been completed successfully. And so we are very familiar with Ghana. In fact, I just built 2 Wi-Fi towers. That we talked about that in Accra. But tons and tons, hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars that I've participated in with the largest solar field in West Africa is actually just west of Accra. Ghana contains the largest solar field in Western Africa. True Moringa with Kwame from MIT, who gave up living in America and his studies and lives in Ghana now, with True Moringa and the largest moringa plantations and all the discoveries, and then farms all the way up north in Ghana, with tons of people involved through Complete Farmer. Complete Farmer in Ghana has really become like the Babongona of Nigeria. Just an unbelievably fascinating, successful program in Ghana called Complete Farmer. If a human was even to type those 2 English words into a computer, Complete Farmer Ghana, and ask them about the hundreds of thousands of dollars we have poured into them in Ghana, they would be like, oh my gosh. And I always encourage people, go right there, talk with them personally. And we have a great farmer, friend of ours also, Amwikwe, who has been with this club for a long time. And he lives right there in Accra. So now the nice thing I say, Janita, is like our goodness girls who run a food stall market in Accra, their next loan is going to be their 9th loan in 10 years. So they keep coming back every year, and they keep asking us, hey, can we get 8? Can we get 15,000? And then they double that, into 16,000 or 30,000. And then they come back the next year. So we have repeat borrowers right there in Accra who have been very successful, project after project after project, just one foot in front of the other. And the way that we do this, we put all this money from around the world, comes from 205 countries. So, but I still would like to, that's Kiva, I still would like to just see this club donate money to this orphanage.
Well, Marty, I definitely have a few ideas that I shared with Janita. One being a 50-50 specifically for this project. And also, I was thinking maybe a little virtual concert would be great. I also want to pass the mic over to Charlene. We have a queue here, then Jeannie, then Quanta. Charlene on Clubhouse, over to you.
Hi, everyone. I thoroughly enjoyed your presentation, Janita. You and I have chatted on WhatsApp a few times about our love for children. Yeah. I just wanted to suggest, in Canada, we have a program that's called Canada Helps. And if you donate, like charities can join up to Canada Helps. And there's a very small commission that comes off of a donation, which is minuscule. But people get a donation receipt automatically through Canada Helps. It's something that would be beneficial to look into, because it's all looked after and they donate. We get donations of my charity through Canada Helps as well. So it's something that you might want to look into for that, for your project, and some sort of service that would work for you.
Okay, thank you
very, very much.
I will definitely look into that. Appreciate that.
I can send it.
Thank you, Charlene. That was really awesome. Janita, any response before we go over to Jean and then Dawn, Quanta Dawn Light? Janita, any response to that?
Oh, was I on mute? Am I on mute?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was saying thank you so much to Charlene for that tip, and I will definitely look at Canada Helps and see if being a Bermuda resident or a Ghanaian project or, you know, a Bermuda charity, if they are open to supporting us. But definitely I will look into it. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's beautiful. Jeannie, I saw your mic open here on Clubhouse. Over to you, and then we'll go to Quanta Dawn Light. Go ahead, Jean.
Wonderful. I just have a real quick note, and I'm sure you will be doing this, but Marty, too, if we can have contact information and a website and truly your ideas, Patty, with regards to the 50-50 or virtual concert, that would be excellent. And yes, keep us up to date to what we can do if there is a PayPal, and or Marty, your suggestions are excellent with trying to obtain funds. That is wonderful. So I'm going to pass the mic so others can ask.
Okay, thank you so much. And yeah, we're working together as a team here. Quanta Dawn Light, over to you on Google Meets. And that's for Quanta. Quanta? We don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're coming in now.
I have to
Go ahead.
keep looking around what's going on. I was wondering, what is the benefit and the pitfall of sending check or money to an individual, then that individual gives it to Kiva, versus as a club sending it directly to Kiva? For instance, if I give to our club donation, and then in memory I say this is for Kiva, then we have a direct connection from one organization to the other rather than going through an individual. So I want to know what the benefit and the pitfall is in both instances. Thank you.
Marty, I think my response is Kiva, you are investing. Where you know the other form is you give it away and you never see it again. Where investing, you could just keep investing it. If you're a philanthropist like me or Marty, or I believe you are too, your money's actually making money, so you could give more of it. But Marty, this is your baby.
Yeah. I mean, people ask me, like, how can I call the FBI to report you or the police? Because the stuff that you say has got to be fraud, illegal, or outrageous. You can't take $25 and turn it into $5,000, okay? It's fraud, lies, and a scam. And so I say, well, then why, as a nonprofit and a 501c3, have we been around for 20 years? Why am I a certified and licensed Kiva ambassador? You can take $25 and turn it into 10 grand, 20 grand. And the way you do that is you start one time on earth during your life and you say, I have $25. I'm going to put it in as an investment. I will control which woman will receive this in which country, where, with what project. You do that, you get the money back, and now you take it again and invest it again. And I'm not interested in extracting my money from my international investment portfolio ever. So I take all the money that comes back to me. So let's just say $25, the person pays it back, because Kiva is a loan. It's not GoFundMe. It's not a donation. It's not a grant. You're not giving anyone money. It's a loan. You get the money back. So when you relend it, you're at 50 and you get that back. And when you relend that, you're at 100. Within about as little as a year, you can be at 100 or 200. And then if you do that and you just keep relending it like I do, you know, you can see how 200, if you relend it again in 8 months, you get paid back. You're obviously at 400. and you get that money back, and it just sits in your account. And I'm going to be presenting on this coming up a little bit later this year for Rotary and what we do as a licensed certified ambassador for Kiva. 20 years now, and why I'm a member of the Road to $3 billion, because we have proven to the earth that microfinance works. So when you have $800 and you get that back and you just relend it to like 20, 30, 40 projects, whatever you want to invest in, then it becomes $1,600. And when you get that back, and now it's been like 4 years, and you call me on the phone and you say, I can't believe this, but I'm getting ready to get 3,200 back. And you call me like in 7 years and say this, and you're going to be like, I can't believe this, but I'm now lending $6,400. I just invested in a lady in Puerto Rico, $5,000. And you talk to people about investing $5,000 right now, you give me $5,000. Everyone on this call, everybody wants to get off the call. I'm not giving you $5,000. But through Kiva, you have the capability to do this. You can get to $20,000. You will be able to do it. You will invest at I'm going to do 15,000 today. And you started with $25 15 years ago. This is just math, okay? It's math. It's not magic. It's not fraud. It's not calling the police. It's not Interpol. It's not any of the things that you think it is for escape mechanisms to get out of your own mind, because you just can't do this. And it's got to be a scam. It's not. It just starts one time on earth with you saying, I want to come in for $25, and that's all you're ever getting out of me. Will you have some currency loss? That's up to you, depending on which country you pick. The two loans I just put up right now today, one of them is having currency loss versus the VUV and the dollar. The other is not. They're covering the currency loss. So, it's up to you where you invest your money and how you do it. I'll be explaining more, but why I'm looking for this club to invest in Janita, in the orphanage. I routinely invest in the Anab's orphanages in Somaliland all year long. And then I think Patty's idea of the 50-50 is great. And then I think if we can get Janita on Kiva, where she can rock out like 10, 12 loans, it would be awesome for all different types of projects, whatever she wants to build or do. And eventually I think she's going to go for the full Monty and do a global grant. And she's going to identify a club there in Ghana that we want to work with. And we're going to do a global grant, which, don't forget, is a minimum of $40,000. We don't do anything lower than that. And the max is $400,000. So for her to come to the table and say, look, this is going to be $380,000. That's what we do. We're handing out $161 million per year. That's what Rotary does. And I'll shut up now.
No, that was a lot of information. That was great information. And also, outside of Rotary, if you want to look more about what Kiva is on the Presents Network, there is an episode, a couple of episodes actually, that it really goes through everything on Kiva, very explained, and it was really beautiful because we also loaned a lot of money. So with that being said, is there any questions here on Clubhouse? Anybody want to raise your hand? We are at the top of the hour. We are about to close up and go through some business items before we have a formal closing. And anybody here on Google Meets, any more comments or questions? Last call, open up your mic, say hello. Okay, going through, before we close up, through some last action items, is that we are going to be putting out a vote on November 5th for coming presidency for the 2025-2026 year and Sergeant of Arms. So be on the lookout. That will be November the 5th. And then we give 96 hours for a final call. And then past presidents will go to every person who voted and make sure that their vote is accurate. I also want to let people know that we are looking to fill up more boards. So I'll be doing some phone calls to new members. I would like to see all the pillars be a committee on our in our club. We do have the basic education and literacy that just got filled by Bella, Linda Rigby, rather. That's her brand name, Bella. I would like to see disease prevention. I know the Shannons are on that. We got maternal and child health. We have community economic and development, which I think Kiva is going to be a great facilitator for that board. Peace building. We have Quanta. Does anybody want to join Quanta? That would be great. We got the water, sanitation, and hygiene. So these are things we want to focus on. It's a lot. It is a lot, but you know how you eat an elephant one bite at a time. I know that's weird because who eats an elephant? But it's just a metaphoric, just to not get overwhelmed, because I get very excited and then I'm like, where do I start? But again, one step at a time. And I'm excited that we're talking about Kiva. Aaron, I know we're doing our best to work with Toys for Tots for the Dare to Spare. We might have to, just doing it on our own. I'm waiting to receive response from the organizers. They are limited in who they could, work with. So me and Aaron are working on the Dare to Spare, helping kids. This time around, some toys where the military distributes. So we are looking to receive some of those boxes so we could help the donations. Aaron, do you have anything to share about that?
We should probably just schedule like a quick call, maybe once a week with whoever wants to be involved, and it'll expedite the process for the next Dare to Spare. Also, I have an update about Hurricane Helene disaster relief in Western North Carolina. I'm in contact with a couple groups that have been doing recovery, road clearing, etc. They need the following things are an extreme need, and that's going to be propane heaters, small propane tanks, chainsaws, and 2-cycle oil for the chainsaws. I feel like if we could go after an emergency district grant, it would be feasible because this will be used in North Carolina. Our brick and mortar is in the same state. I think we should go after some type of grant to at least get some of these items acquired. I have them sourced at a Lowe's. A lot of the stores in that area aren't functioning or they have no product to sell. I have this stuff sourced at a Lowe's in Bristol, Tennessee. They gave us a discount. I have the estimate on my phone. It's going to, it's like 30 chainsaws, 50 heaters, 250 propane tanks, 250 bottles of that oil. After the discount, we're looking to raise at least $18,000 for that. And winter is coming. They need this stuff now. Yesterday, last week. So if we could maybe have some kind of call. I did speak with K-Doc Silly about helping coordinate that. I can get on the phone with her possibly later this week. And that's all I have.
That's great work. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate all the hard efforts that you have been such a lending hand in the disaster relief, along with Marty and many other members. So thank you for bringing attention to that. We will go and schedule that after the meeting. We'll touch base on that. Let's see where we could coordinate. And again, I believe that's it. Marty, anything else? We do have a couple extra members that joined in due to work schedules. We have President-elect Ritu. Over to you. I would like you to say hello and where you're coming in from before we close out.
Hello, everyone. And special thank you for our guest and her young lady protege and a beautiful singer sitting here quietly listening to everything. I acknowledge the contribution of each and every Rotary member. Any work that you're doing, how small or big, every little bit helps, and we should keep the momentum. No idea should be off the table. Let's come together and see what works. And we can find solutions. We inspire each other, and let's keep going and keep working together.
Well said. Janita, any closing remarks? And again, thank you, Sade, for being here. I'll close out in the song. When I start to play the song, you could leave quietly or stay till the end, whatever you'd like. But Janita, last remarks.
Just again, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to bring awareness to some of the causes that I'm working on. And I just, my prayer is that if you feel connected and that you will accept the challenge, that you will act on it, and help me to provide the access from you to provide that change. So thank you so much, President Patty, and to all of you for listening today and for your encouragement.
Thank you all. Again, I'm really excited that we are all in this together, and together we will rise. This is our Rotary song for our club. Thank you for being here, and hope to see you in the next public meeting. Again, I appreciate all you do. Just go here and play this now.
In every corner of the world we stand, with open hearts and a helping hand. From cities bright to the countryside, we're making change with hope as our guide. Rotary, we're united for a better world ignited. Together we'll rise, together we'll shine. In the spirit of service, the future is ours to design. From education to health and peace, our mission is love, our work will never cease. Empowering lives one step at a time. With every project, we're building a climb. Rotary, we're united for a better world ignited. Together we'll rise, together we'll shine. In the spirit of service, the future is ours to design. To health and peace, our mission is love, our work will never cease. Empowering lives one step at a time. With every project, we're building a climb. Rotary, we're united for a better world ignited. Together we'll rise, together we'll shine. In the spirit of service, the future is ours to design. With every smile, you break down walls. In every heart the call of service calls. We light the way, we'll never fall. With Rotary strength, we can't stand tall. Rotary, we're united for a better world ignited. Together we'll rise, together we'll shine. In the spirit of service, the future is ours to design. So let's come together, hand in hand, for a brighter future across this land. With the Rotary Club, our dreams take flight, building a legacy shining so bright.
If you could imagine your ideal way of working.
All right, there we go. Thank you so much again. I will be closing out the room in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.